Hello, my starseed loved ones. Welcome back to the Soulmate Journey Empath. This is the reading that, hands down, since I've started doing readings, I am the most excited about delivering to you. And if you have been following me for a while, you may have noticed that the way that I have traditionally handled starseed readings is I've been called to use specific decks. I've pre-shuffled, laid those cards out, and had to pick a card pile. This reading is going to be different because this reading, I'm going to pull oracle messages for different starseed groups. But most of what I have picked up for this reading is through access to the Akashic Records. And as many of you know, Ascension is nigh. A lot of you have been working individually on your soul journey, working through karmic cycles, getting into alignment and soul consciousness. And for many of you, this has involved a significant commitment to your spiritual body and to getting in touch with your soul groups, and really coming into a sense of mission of what role do I individually have to play as a starseed, as a soul incarnated as part of the collective on planet Earth. And right now is a very, very crucial juncture in the ascension process for the collective. We effectively have started a split to a 5D timeline. The 3D timeline, 4D timeline is continuing, but the 5D has come in. And with us having the assistive energy of the portal, this reading is being recorded on the winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere here in the United States. And it's the shortest day of the year. It's the end of the influx of portal energy between 12/12 and 12/21. Now, portals can be considered as assistive energy for things that are already in alignment, okay? And that's the perspective that I am coming from when I'm discussing portal energies. What happens when we have a portal is if we are engaged in our soul growth, we are engaged in conscious of karmic patterns, karmic lessons, past life karma, soul group karma. We're each walking our individual path while we're contributing to collective energies. And what these portals do is offer an opportunity for, if you're in alignment, for this assistive energy to kind of level you up and support decisions that are in alignment with your purpose, with your path, with your mission. And this has been an incredibly transformative portal in terms of soul consciousness for the collective, but more specifically for starseeds. And I have been in and out of the records a few times. I have been pointed in specific directions to prepare this reading for you today. And so you may notice that there are some soul groups that I am not giving any transmissions for in this reading, and some that I have not previously, but I'm giving transmissions for today. So I am really, really excited about all of this material that I do have to share with you, that is channeled from the Akashic Records from each of these individual soul groups. And one of the things that you may notice is I'm going to split these soul groups into 7 transmissions rather than 8. And that is because Vega starseeds and Syrian starseeds missions are very much in alignment right now. So if you came across this reading, chances are there is something that you can gain from it. Another note that I'd like to make is that many soul groups, when we begin ascension, are willing to connect with us, are willing to channel through us. through our mediumship abilities, and they provide healing, guidance, all kinds of intuitive messages. And so one of the things that I wanted to just go ahead and throw out there is there are millions of folks that are connecting with Arcturian energy, and they do not happen to be members of the Arcturian soul group. That's okay, because Arcturians have developed these amazing modalities for healing that are blueprints for healing that have been shared throughout the universe. If we talk about these other soul groups, they have had contact with Arcturians and been guided by Arcturians. And so a lot of people may resonate with messages with the Arcturians, as an example, from soul groups that you may not have had incarnations with. But as you ascend, you are going to be on a more open channel and pick up on these energies, pick up on these messages, and be able to align yourself with the assistance of these different soul groups. So the soul groups that I will be discussing in this reading are Hadar starseeds, Pleiadian starseeds, Arcturian starseeds, Vegan/Syrian starseeds, Mintakan starseeds, Nihal starseeds, and Alpha Centaurians. So if you resonate with those soul groups, you know you're a member of that soul group, or those starseed traits resonate with you, check out the reading. Even if you have been identified as being a member of a different soul group, it's not to say that these energies are not working with you, through you, and that you don't have some type of agency in this mission for ascension of the collective, where coming into contact with people from that specific soul group are going to be beneficial for you and impart wisdom, knowledge, and perhaps even healing modalities. So I hope that you are as excited as I am. And for this next part of the reading, I will be getting into the messages channeled from the Akashic Records for the soul groups that I mentioned, as well as I was guided to pick specific oracle decks to deliver oracle messages for these soul groups. So I thank you so very much for all of your support. I am sending you so much strength, healing, love, and light. And I hope that you are really feeling the soul pull, really feeling the call to step into your divinity, because the time is now. Hello, my Nihal Starseeds. How are you all doing? I hope you are doing well. Welcome back to the Soulmate Journey Empath. I am really, really excited to share these channeled messages with you. This is the first time that I have channeled messages for the Nihal Soul Group. And I was guided when I was in the Akashic Records to use the Affirmative Oracle deck. And there is just something really whimsical and beautiful about these cards that really reminds me of your energy right now. And so the chakras that I'm getting for you that are very activated right now are the third eye chakra and the root. The root is very activated because your participation in the ascension process of the collective is going to rapidly increase. Your soul group is going to be more active, more in the trenches of the collective ascension process. Third eye is because you are getting a lot of information. So I heard this phrase, it was shared with me by one of my guides when I was in the records getting some information for you. And it was like this little, like, the world's catching up. And I thought that was hysterically funny. Like, where you're at, your level of consciousness, your soul vibration And collectively as a soul group, there is this sense of, finally, like Nihal Starseeds have had to function on a lot of faith until now. And you're actually starting to see, very similar to the Hadarian soul group, you're finally starting to see what is familiar to you, to your worldview, to your perspective, to your vibration, to your soul group. You are starting to see that being manifested here on planet Earth. And I'm getting with this giggle, like there's this joy and anticipation, but there's also like this exhale, like, okay. I haven't been holding out for nothing. I haven't been putting out these messages that I'm getting, these expressions that I have for nothing. They're landing somewhere and it's getting traction. So I'm getting this joie de vivre, this joy, this inspiration. And I'm getting that almost all of you from the Nihal Soul Group are drawing, sketching, painting, producing visual art of some type. And that is not to say that you have to be an artist. I literally wrote artist in quotation marks because a lot of us, not just folks from the Nihal Soul Group, but from other soul groups too, just in general, people have a difficult time identifying themselves as an artist, even if they make art. What I am getting for you in particular, Nihal Soul Group, Starseeds from Nihal, are that you are expressing political ideas through art and challenging concepts through art. Even your drawings have some kind of social implication or environmental implication. It's some expression of something that needs to be changed. And that is how you are pulling things in. You are pulling things in from higher consciousness and bringing them into this reality in 3D. And I'm getting that a lot of you are drawing or sketching, and visually, it's not just the other senses through the third eye, it's specifically visually. You are getting images, you are getting montages, you are getting little movies. And so if you create any type of visual art, this is a great means for you to express the knowledge that your soul group has. All right. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to pull 6 of these affirmators, but this is absolutely beautiful. After the pre-shuffle on the bottom, follow your heart. I'm always rewarded when I follow my heart. I trust that the GPS in my heart knows all the best routes. And when it seems like it's taking too long to get where I want, I know that's because there's some cool, weird stuff to see along the way. And so that really is a confirmation of that the world is catching up. Like, you've had to be coming from a place of faith that this journey is taking you in the right direction, that your starseed awakening is taking you in the right direction. And the divine timing has come into play, especially with the assistive energy of the 1212 to 1221 portal. If you are in alignment, this is like assistive energy to propel you even further. And so things are starting to pick up. The timeline is starting, it's split. The 5D timeline is moving at an accelerated pace. And so your part to play, your soul group's part to play in Ascension is just now coming onto the stage. That is why a lot of you have had to have faith. You have been born fairly soul conscious. That is something that's really unique about your soul group, is a lot of Nihal Starseeds are at least partially awakened. in this incarnation right now, and came into this incarnation partially awakened. And the purpose is, and you are incarnating in increasing numbers now at this juncture with this divine timeline, because now is when your energy is needed for the collective. So let's get these messages for the Nihal Starseeds. What messages do we have? Wow. So we have 5, and I'm going to go ahead and put those out there. I'll flip them up as we go, and we're going to collect one more affirmative message. And let's get one final message for the Nihal Soul Group. And there we have it. All right. So I'm really excited. As you can see, I mean, very whimsical, beautiful cards with a rabbit on a unicorn. And if anybody told you, Nihal Starseeds, that unicorns don't exist, you wouldn't argue. You would just giggle. That is the magic of the Nihal Soul Group. So first and foremost, we have authenticity. Authenticity is the name of the game. Whatever comes up, I feel it. Whatever needs to be said, I say it. Whoever doesn't get it doesn't have to get it. But at least they know it because I've said it. And that's way better than leaving a passive-aggressive note about it. So again, this deck, like, it just has a very whimsical, very accepting way of looking at things. And I think that this deck really is going to resonate with your energy. But yeah, I mean, you are able to see things, you are able to identify things because of your unique vision that others can't see. And you felt like, oh my gosh, I come from a different universe. You don't come from a different universe. Your soul has a Nihal origin. And the incarnations that you had there provided you with a significantly different experience than the one that you are incarnated into now. And I think this is a double message in that staying true to yourself and your very unique nature is very, very important to your starseed awakening and your starseed mission. Also, just dealing with things as they come, because you're not one to be weighed down or encumbered by karma. It's not a comfortable energy for you to be in. And so you kind of are engaging things as they go and making sense of them with this higher level of consciousness. So absolutely beautiful. Next out, we have patience. And oh my gosh, this again is a confirmation. Patience is something that you have had to practice pretty much your entire life. And you probably are feeling this joy, this excitement, because you know that we're on the threshold of something very significant. But I love this card. Congratulations. You've been granted more patience. You may start using it right away or much, much later. Waiting a long time is the sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience. Can you believe it? Look at this. You're still reading and you haven't started getting annoyed yet. Imagine how this patience will transform your life. Imagine just how easy it would be to go to the post office. So for those of you tuning in from the United States, that's kind of a very American joke, long lines at the post office. If you're tuning in from someplace else, well, that's the message. So patience, you're being asked to continue practicing this patience. You may think you're at your wit's end of patience, but you have bounds of patience that you haven't even tapped into. And there's also some patience with yourself that you are being called upon to practice here. Next, we have courage. No one is fearless. No one. But even though I'm not fearless, I am courageous. When fear shows up, I don't run away from it. I use my courage to conquer it. My courage allows me to walk right up to that fear and kick it in the nuts, then quickly hide behind someone bigger until it goes away. So, again, whimsical, great. It puts things in perspective. It's a very realistic energy. No, you don't have to be fearless, and none of us are. So this is not just specific to your soul group, but know that especially in acts of authenticity, that you are showing courage, that it is courage that can keep you patient, that it is courage to hold to your convictions and know that you are here to bring about this beautiful new reality. Next, we have self-love, and this is coming out under authenticity. I openly embrace a feeling of self-love, the PG kind. I love myself because I understand myself. I love myself as the most committed partner I will ever have. I show myself love any way that I can. And when I screw up, I remember to be sweet and gentle with myself. If not, I'm going to make myself sleep on the couch. Got that? Self. So again, embracing yourself, embracing what is unique about you. And part of that is the energy of your soul group, that there are not as many of you out here yet that are incarnated yet, because our vibration of the collective is still raising. We are still pushing for that ascension. And so because so many souls on Nihal had come to that point, you know, you're not going to reincarnate significantly at a significantly lower vibration or frequency than where you've been. And so you're coming in, your incarnation is timed perfectly to the point where the world can handle having more souls from the Nihal soul group, because you are truly revolutionary. And so embracing what makes you unique and continuing to speak your truth while you are patient, and realizing that being your authentic self in itself is an act of courage. Oh my gosh. Under patience, you have trust. I trust that everything will be okay in the end, partly because I simply know it in my gut, and also because it's way more fun to live with trust and confidence than be a defensive wiener. So patience and trust. And patience and trust are elements of faith. And what did we talk about with those channel messages, right? You have been operating from a place of faith. You're starting to see things come into this reality that are tangible evidence, but there is still more trust, still more patience, still more faith required. Oh, this is perfect. Last but not least, you have beauty. I am beautiful even when I don't think it. I am beautiful even when I don't see it. I'm beautiful no matter how many people don't say it. I'm beautiful, and I don't even care if you know it. I'm beautiful, which is why I don't have to try so hard all the time to show it. And I think that this is about courage to own your beauty, to have this self-love, to acknowledge it. Because if you are bringing this new reality in, you have to bring the blueprint for it in. And what I'm really getting is that there are a fair amount of the members of the Nihal Soul Group that are blueprint delivering at this time. And so in order to manifest this in the collective, it has to start with yourself. So part of your Starseed awakening right now is is practicing all of these familiar concepts, these awakened concepts that you have brought into this incarnation, and practicing them with yourself in your day-to-day life so that they can assist you in providing this blueprint for the collective. All right. So I hope that those messages resonated with you, my loved ones. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can hit that little notification bell on the lower right-hand side of the screen if you would like to be updated about the most currently uploaded content. You can also connect with me on Instagram via email or purchase a private reading. All of that information is located in the description box below. So until next time, beautiful souls from Nihal, I am sending you strength, courage, love, and light. Bye-bye.